channel, Phoenix Rising Alchemical Tarot. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I haven't prepared anything, but I wanted to come on and record real quick before the sun goes down. It's still nice and bright in here. It's evening, but it's like around the time where, you know, the sun is at its brightest. So, before it goes down. So I wanted to pull something. I pulled some cards. I pulled some cards earlier for myself from this deck, this Angelarium Oracle of the Fallen. I was drawn to pull from this deck because first off, I haven't used it in, gosh, it's such a glare. I haven't used it in ages, and the imagery is so beautiful to me. I was drawn to the green and the gold. Whoever knows me knows my favorite colors are red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green. Like the song. Come a chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Alright, don't get me started. Because I could keep going at least till I get to the hook. But I won't put you through that. I don't claim to have a good singing voice, although I try. I mimic. So anyway, the cards that I pulled earlier for myself were quite interesting, and I want to see what comes out for the collective though. Let me pull cards on camera. Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn this long way so we have a better angle. I'm still playing with angles, y'all. And we're still at a point where it's either me or the cards. So me. I'll show you the cards, don't worry. I'm just gonna move the energy a little bit. I've already kind of pre-shuffled, but just move the energy a little bit, see what comes out now. I'll be so shooketh if the same card comes out again. Thank you, Spirit, for the highest good of all. What message do we have for the collective? Thank you. More shuffles. One, two. Zadkiel. Okay, so it's not the same. It's not the same card, but some of these images on these cards are kind of scary too. It's from the Fallen, so it's dealing with some shadow aspects. So these aren't necessarily the most positive messages. However, they are positive because in every card there's whenever we're dealing with shadow, there's the opportunity, right? The opportunity to face shadow and incorporate it, deal with it, and integrate it. The goal is not to eradicate our shadows. Yes, the goal is to let go and release what no longer serves, but there's always going to be shadow aspects within ourselves, the light and the dark, and the point is to incorporate those things, not necessarily eradicate, because you can't have one without the other. So just putting that out there. This is not a cheery deck. Okay, so let's read what this says. Zadkiel, Angel of Mercy. And unfortunately, these aren't in alphabetical order, so I just gotta kind of find it. Give me a second. Luckily, there's not very many of these, so, well, when I mean not very many of these, it's not a 78 card deck. It's more like, I don't even know. I don't even want to say. Okay, well, anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not 78 cards in any way I found it. Angel of Mercy, what does this mean? When sins were punished, the king chose not to soil his hands with the messy task of enforcing his will. That grim responsibility fell to Zadkiel, who bore it with pride. There was no remorse in his heart when he took a life. For his work, he was granted great honor among the brotherhood. People gawked at the train of fine gold cloth that dragged in Zadkiel's wake as he marched to his appointments. But what really caught their eye was the glint of his resplendent blade flashing unsheathed in the sunlight. Whenever the sword of justice was witnessed, blood would be spilt on that day. Domain, justice, sin, reprisal. Card meaning, you have been given permission to act, but your actions don't come without a price to others. The moments when you feel most justified are also when you need to show the greatest respect to others. There is an opportunity to be merciful. Put down your sword and let your power speak for itself. Interesting. This kind of gives me Queen of Swords vibes. You know, the Queen of Swords can be merciful, but at the same time, she's ready to use that sword to lop off anything that no longer serves. And it sometimes could seem cruel or heartless, but it's ultimately for the greater good for all. So I'm also getting it's like when you have that power, when you're able to face those things that no longer serve or seemingly in your way or toxic. It's okay to set boundaries in order to protect your energy and self from those energies. However, be merciful, because you never know what somebody else is going through, and you know, everyone has their own lessons to learn and things that they're dealing with themselves, their own life lessons that they're dealing with and learning from. So it's not for the person who could see to judge. It's, you know, love people where they are, but put them in their place. So this kind of reminds me of that, where you have the power to rid yourself of things and attachments to you as if you were the Queen or King of Swords, wielding that power. However, show mercy and let there be some balance with that and some discernment, because you don't want to off with their head everyone. And it might take some discernment, deciphering when it's appropriate to do that and not. And not only that, it's it doesn't necessarily, just because you're letting go of something or releasing something, it doesn't mean you have to be a jerk doing it. You know, take others' feelings into consideration, and again, using discernment. Interesting. Okay, so does it say anything else? Do we have anything else with that? And because it is closely associated with justice, it is making swift, decisive action in judgments, and in order to restore balance and create order. And just like with any justice system, sometimes people need to go straight to jail, straight to hell, or you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. So that's the energy of that card. Let's see, do we want to pull any tarot at all? I think so. Let's pull some tarot just to see. I'm pulling from my Tarot for Learning deck. The reason why I got this deck, even though I'm always learning, I'm always a student, a novice, a page of swords, if you will. This is a new deck though I just recently got, and out of my many decks. But the reason why I got this deck is, for starters, it has like every single thing on there associated with each card. For example, this Three of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. It has all elements associated with this card. It tells you the meaning and affirmation, the short meaning, the meaning of it in reverse, and if it's a yes or a no, it has the Hebrew letter associated with it, the chakra associated with it, which is the sacral, the elements and astrological signs associated with it. Of course, it's water, and it's associated with Cancer and Mercury. And its number in numerology is 3. Also, it's a yes. You probably can't see this very well, so I'm not even gonna, I'm not even gonna force it. But that's not the only reason why I got it, though. The reason why I got it is because it tells you the card's meaning in different situations. For example, love, career, finances, and it also gives some timing. So I can appreciate that. Because I am learning the cards, like, well, I may have a general meaning of them, and I read them intuitively as well. However, I don't always know the meaning of them in different circumstances, different scenarios, like, for example, career or finances or any timing on there. So it helps with having that breakdown. I'm so sick of seeing this card. This card has been just popping up in every reading for the last week now, maybe even longer. I'm so sick of it. However, it is it's not all bad. It's just jarring to look at. It's not one of my favorite cards because it evokes some negative attachments to it, heartache, grief, and disappointments and sorrow. But it's also a card of healing, and that's what a lot of us are dealing with right now, especially with this past full moon in Libra, about relationships, restoring balance and harmony within our relationships in our life, not just our loving relationships, but in all of our relationships, career, with ourselves, with our family, friendships. So it's and then with Venus going direct in Pisces, it's very much so an opportunity and a chance to heal old wounds and shed and discard those things that no longer serve us. And so that card is very much so in alignment with that. But look at that image. Doesn't it look just... But there's hope there. There's hope there with those 3 swords jabbing into that heart. It opens up light, space for that light to come in and heal those wounds. Shine the light on those wounds, heal them, and you come out much stronger after because of it. So it's not entirely bad. All cards have polarity to them, so that's why reversals, even the positive cards, can have its reverse effect. Uno reverse. All right, let's see. Thank you, Spirit. What messages do we need to get collected today for the highest good of all? 2 cards came out. Oh. We got the Ace of Wands and the 2 of Pentacles. The 2 of Pentacles here. Okay, so we know the Ace of Wands is like being given an actual wand. I like to think of it as power and magic and drive and passion. It's fiery. And it's it looks like, if you look at the image, it looks like a hand coming out of the clouds, coming out from the heavens and handing it to you, which is exactly what I imagine a gift from source, a gift from God, whatever you want to call it. And the gift is inspiration and passion and energy to create. So whatever that means for you, whatever that looks like for you, it's a card of Aries, Leo, and Sag, so it's quite appropriate for the energies going on right now. We are in Aquarius, what the heck? We are in the age of Aquarius, so that's not entirely wrong, but we are in Aries season still, And we have a lot of aspects in fire signs. For example, we have Mars in Leo. Mars rules Aries. We have Mercury in Aries. Mercury direct in Aries right now. So we have a lot of fiery energy right now to deal with. So it's appropriate that we have the Ace of Wands being given to us from Source, and the go ahead to create. Go baby, go create whatever creative spark, whatever sparks your interest. It's a good time to feed that and go down that rabbit hole wherever that leads. And even if it's just something you enjoy doing, like cooking, creating, nice meals for your family, or painting with whatever medium you use. I personally like to use acrylic. I paint, and I don't consider myself an artist. However, I'm not afraid to create and see what comes out. Putting paint to canvas, I love it. So don't be afraid to do that and to play and find new creative interests. So that's encouraging you to do that right there. And with this Two of Pentacles here, it's doing something physical too. It's, Earth is about the material and physicality. So the number 2, of course, is about balance and also choices and deciding. You may be deciding what you want to do, or creating balance in your life. Maybe needing to balance out work, the work life, work and fun, or things that bring you joy versus things that bring you stability. Maybe how to incorporate those a little bit more together to create some more balance within those two aspects, those two dynamics of your life, and bridging that gap a little bit more. If you look at it, it looks like he's juggling. So maybe not having to juggle, maybe to incorporate those things more harmoniously together, work and fun, and seeing how you can marry the two. It says in love, a balancing act, career, time management, and multitasking. Financial juggling act, prioritizing. So some of you may need to prioritize your creative pursuits and aspects, or prioritize your self-care and your self-love. That's going to look differently for everyone, but I guarantee you'll know where there's a imbalance if you consciously look within and see and think and feel. Allow yourself to feel where those imbalances are, so that you can give it some love and attention. What else? This has to do with Jupiter and Capricorn. So luck and work. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is all about working, or Capricorn is all about work and stability and finances. Not just, but those are some characteristics that have to do with Capricorn, and ruled by Saturn, which is our planet of karma and time, things having to do with time here in the 3D, and karmic retribution and the stuff we came in with, what we're dealing with. So, and it's very much so having to do with how we show up in the world, and kind of puts a serious aspect to it. Capricorn is also ruled by the devil in the tarot, which could have to do with contract contracts and, of course, attachments, unhealthy attachments, but also contracts and possibly reevaluating karmic bonds and contracts that we've not only come in with and we're cleaning up, but that we've accumulated in this lifetime, in this incarnation. So reevaluating contracts, and that may be letting go of certain karmic contracts, whether it be within your career field. Some people are changing up jobs. Some people are changing up and letting go of relationships, or relationships moving on to more stable, calmer, balanced waters. So there could be some things being dealt with there, and that all falls along the lines of our the energies that we're just coming out of too, or still maybe experiencing in the wake of, with the full moon in Libra, and with Venus going direct and Mercury going direct. All of our planets are in direct. Yay! Look at my polish, y'all. That's for luck. That's for luck. That's my colors now, and abundance. I think of the Empress and the heart chakra as well. And look at my heart. All right, enough show and tell. These are the two cards that came out. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. I didn't even look. Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles, y'all, at the bottom of the deck. Queen of Pentacles is nurturing and about stability and home, and again, it's that earth element, so it's going to be very rooted in materialism and the 3D. So yes, the Queen of Pentacles is very nurturing in love and in her home and family life. However, let's see what it says in career and finances, because Pentacles, baby. Success and financial gain. Also, that's in career and finances, is financial security and stability. Time frame, of course, around, because it's a Virgo card, so it's August 23rd through September 22nd. It represents Virgo, the number 13, which reduces to a 4. The 4 is about stability. Let's see. And it's associated with the root chakra, and it's a big old yes, if you're asking a yes or no. If you're wondering about anything specifically, yes or no, it's a big fat yes. Anyway, what it says is the Queen of Pentacles is generous and caring, nurturing, homebody, practical, sensible, good business sense, comforting, welcome, and luxurious. So I think the more you can balance out and have more work-life balance out fun and passion with work, then the more stability physically and mentally you'll have. So I like that these cards came out. And that's pretty much it. The hidden energy for more Four of Swords, which is the minor arcana of the Hermit, going within, meditating, healing, rest and relaxation, all of those things. I'm not going to bother reading it. And it's air, even though it's closely associated with Virgo. Although it says Jupiter in Libra. And then the Knight of Pentacles. All right, I'm done. And that's all I have for you guys. I hope this message resonated. If it did, feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment in the comments how it did resonate. I'd love to know, and it also helps get messages like this out to others who could also benefit from and have hope, inspiration in any way, especially during these times. So please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and come back for more. And there will be more. So Anyway, I'm going to leave you there. Stay blessed and keep on rising.